Hello everyone. Today in this chapter we are going to discuss about financial planning. Financial planning is essentially the preparation of a financial blueprint of an organization's future operations. It is the process of estimating the funds requirement of business and specifying the sources of funds. It aims to ensure that enough funds are available at right time at the right requirement. If adequate funds are not available, the firms will not be able to honor its commitment and carry out its operations. On the other hand, if excess funds are available, it will unnecessarily add to the cost and may encourage wasteful expenditure. Let's try to differentiate or let's try to understand between financial planning and financial management. Financial planning must not be confused as a substitute for financial management. Financial management aims at choosing the best investment and financing alternatives by focusing on their cost and benefits. The primary objective of financial management is to increase the shareholders' wealth. On the other hand, financial planning aims at smooth operations by focusing on funds requirement and there is availability in the light of financial decision. If a capital budgeting decision is taken, then financial planning enables the management to foresee the quantum and timing of the funds requirement. It also tries to forecast shortage and surpluses so that necessary activities are taken in advance to meet those situations. So we can conclude that financial planning refers to determination of required funds, determination of sources of funds, and determination of suitable policy for optimum utilization of funds. The main objectives or the twin objectives of financial plannings are to ensure availability of funds whenever required. It means financial planning basically aims to ensure that sufficient funds are available at the right time for the different purposes, such as purchase of assets, day-to-day business operations, etc. Apart from this, there is need to estimate the time at which these funds are to be made available. It also tries to specify the possible sources of these funds to ensure that unnecessary finance is not raised. Excess funding is almost as bad as inadequate funding. In case of surplus funds, financial planning aims to use it in the best possible manner so that the financial resources are not left idle and don't unnecessarily add to the cost. So financial planning aims at match between requirement with their availability. Importance of financial planning. Financial planning is an important part of overall planning of any business enterprises. It helps the company to tackle the uncertainty in respect of the availability and timing of funds and helps in smooth functioning of an organization. By avoiding the duplication of efforts, financial planning prepares detailed plans of action which helps to avoid the wastage of finance. Financial planning helps to link present with the future as it links the existing financial resources and the future financial requirements by forecasting growth and expansion plans. In simple terms, where to invest and how these funds are available, the financial planning makes link between investment decision and financing decision. Financial planning makes the evaluation of actual performance easier by clearly specifying the detailed objectives of various business segments. Financial planning helps in achieving coordination between various functions by providing clear policies and procedures. Financial planning helps in avoiding business shocks and surprises and improve the chances of financial success. Financial planning helps the company to prepare for the future. It tries to forecast what may happen in future under different business situations and helps to face the future in better way. Financial planning prepares alternative financial plans to meet different uncertain events. For example, suppose a company predicts a growth of 20% in sales. However, it is possible that the growth rate turns out to be 10 or 30. Many items of expenses shall be different in these three situations. Financial planning prepares blueprint of these three situations in advance, which helps the management in deciding what must be done each of these situations. Capital structure. Capital structure refers to the proportion of debt and equity used for financing business enterprises or business operations. After determining the financial requirements, next financial decision is to decide composition of capital structure. It involves deciding about how much funds to be raised from each sources of finance. In short, capital structure decision involves deciding the kinds of services, kinds of securities to be issued and their relative proportion in the capital. In simple terms, capital structure refers to the proportion of debt and equity used for financing business operations. In other words, capital structure refers to the mix between owner's fund and borrowed funds. Debt and equity differ in their cost risk involvement for the firm. Cost of debt is generally lower than the cost of equity, but debt involves greater elements of risk, whereas equity considers risk-free capital. Whereas increase in the debt component, the capital structure raises the financial risk of company. It implies that a company must have proportion of debt and equity which leads increase in the value of equity shares. Factors affecting capital structure. Cash flow position. While deciding the capital structure, future cash flow position should be kept in mind. Cash flows must not only cover fixed cash payment obligation, but there must be sufficient cash also. Company must have enough cash to meet the normal business operations, for investment in fixed assets, for meeting debt services, commitments, payment of interest and repayment of principals. So in simple term, if cash flow of the position of the company is smooth, company may add more debt in capital structure, whereas If company has shortage of cash inflow, company may add more equity in capital structure. Return on investment. Return on investment is another crucial factor which helps in deciding the capital structure. If return on investment is more than rate of interest, then company must prefer debt in its capital structure, whereas if return on investment is less than rate of interest to be paid on debt, then company should avoid debt and can rely on equity capital. Cost of debt. If firm can arrange borrowed fund at low rate of interest, then company may add more debt in capital structure. However, in case higher cost of debt, company may prefers more equity in capital structure. Tax rate. High tax rate makes debt cheaper as interest paid to debt securities are subtracted from the total income of the company before calculation of the tax. So, high tax rate company may add more debt in capital structure, whereas low tax rate company may add more equity in capital structure. Cost of debt. If firm can arrange borrowed fund at low rate of interest, then it will prefer more debt as compared to equity. If the interest rate on debt is less, then more debt is preferred as compared to the equity. However, in case of higher cost of debt, company may prefers more equity in capital structure. Interest coverage ratio. Interest coverage ratio refers to number of time companies earning before interest and taxes cover the interest payment obligations. It means higher interest coverage ratio means company may add more debt in capital structure, whereas lower ICR means company may add more equity in capital structure. Debt service coverage ratio. Debt service coverage ratio takes more care of the drawbacks of interest coverage ratio. The cash profits generated by the operations are compared with the total cash required for the service of debt and preference share capital. Debt service coverage ratio. A higher debt service coverage ratio indicates better ability to meet cash commitment, so company can add more debt in capital structure, whereas lower debt service coverage ratio indicates more equity in capital structure. In both the cases, interest coverage ratio and debt service coverage ratio, if both the situations are high, company can add more debt in capital structure. If both the situations are low, company may add more equity in capital structure. Flotation cost. Flotation cost refers to the cost which incurs in issuing shares and debentures. So, if flotation cost is high, company may add more debt in capital structure, whereas if company has low flotation cost, company may add more equity in capital structure. Risk consideration. Debt securities involves more financial risk apart from the risk firm has to bear certain fixed operating risk. In case of firms, business risk is lower, incapacity to use debt is higher, and vice versa. It means if the investment proposal involves high risk, company may add more equity in capital structure, whereas if investment proposal involves less risk, company may add more debt in capital structure. A financial risk refers to the position when company is unable to meet its fixed financial charges. In simple term, financial risk refers to the default on payment. If company business risk is low, then company can add more debt in capital structure, whereas higher business risk, company always prefers to add more equity in capital structure. Flexibility. Excess of debt may restrict the firm's capacity to borrow further. To maintain flexibility, it must maintain some borrowing powers to take care of unforeseen circumstances. So if the company wants to maintain the borrowing powers for the future, company may add more equity in capital structure as equity capital increases the credit worthiness of the business. Whereas if company do not want to maintain the future borrowing power, company may add more debt in capital structure. Control. If existing shareholders want complete control over the business, they may prefer more debt in capital structure, whereas if they don't mind to share their control, then they may add more equity in capital structure. Regulatory framework. Issue of shares and debentures have to be done within the SEBI guidelines and for taking loans. If the SEBI guidelines are easy, then company may prefer more equity in capital structures, whereas if monetary policies are more flexible, then company may add more debt in capital structure. Stock market condition. Conditions of stock market also influence the choice between debt and equity. When stock market is bullish, company can add more equity in capital structure, whereas if stock market is bearish, in such a case, company may add more debt in capital structure. Capital structure of other company. There are certain norms of the industry that may be taken into consideration before choosing between debt and equity. For example, if business risk is lower, a company can use higher debt. So, if firms cannot afford high risk, it should aid more equity in capital structure, whereas if firms can afford higher risk, company can aid more debt in capital structure. So in these topics, we learn financial planning, importance of financial planning, objective of financial planning, and capital structure. Remaining topics we will discuss in next video. Have a great day.